Anti-Semitism is a riddle. It is hard to explain why a cultural tradition would become so fixated on a particular group of people as a source of its problems. Now, we know why in the Western cultural tradition this hatred exists. It's rooted in a religious rivalry. It's rooted in the sense that Christianity developed, that it had superseded Judaism, that it therefore had replaced it, and those people who clung to Judaism were dangerous to the faith of the people who had not, who had embraced Christianity. And thus these people were regarded as contaminating. They had to be kept at a distance. They had to be confined. We know where this tradition came from. But what is striking is that in the modern world, which is a largely secular world in the West, this hatred keeps morphing. It keeps shape-shifting. It shifts to other kinds of justifications. And that, I think, is the thing about anti-Semitism that I regard as different from the motivations of other perceived genocides. The motive is protean. The motive keeps changing shape, but the hatred is the constant element. I do believe that anti-Semitism is a kind of superstition. So to try to understand why people are anti-Semitic, one has to understand why are people superstitious. One of the reasons is, of course, because generations before them taught them to be, have said that if you, in fact, want to ward off some event that you don't want to happen to you, you knock on wood. We all know that knocking on wood is not efficacious, and yet we somehow think that it's a safe thing to do just in case. With regard to anti-Semitism, there is this kind of fixation on these people as being hyper-dangerous, and thus they have to be confined or reconfined in order for our lives to be safe. There is no empirical rationality behind that. There is no demonstration behind that. It is a form of knocking on wood. And to explain it any further than that is, of course, very difficult because superstitions are almost impossible to account for.